Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me,
Okay.
David?
Yes, I can. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thanks for taking some time to talk. I appreciate that.
No problems. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, I just come across your resume. You applied, I think, on Indeed for a traveling superintendent slash project manager position that we had listed. Banyan, I'll just give you a little bit of insight, kind of a little bit of information about who we are. We are a small to mid-sized commercial construction company, general contractor. Um, we've got about 60, a little over 60 employees. Our office is located in outside of Indianapolis, Indiana, and we do build nationally. We build in 30 plus states throughout the U.S. And so we have we've got some opportunities coming up. We basically our main business model is that we have worked and built relationships with franchisees, and we became the preferred GC for a high-end salon called Zola Salon Studios. And so we've started building with them back in 2009. It was our first one that we built with them and worked with their different owners and kind of built a relationship with them. And so we're kind of, we build 65-70% of their stores each year, their sites. And so we work with the owners, the franchisee owners, from like site survey all the way to turnkey to warranty and aftercare. And so we've developed that relationship and kind of our system with that. And then we've also are working to build, working with the franchisees for Houndstown, USA. It's a doggy daycare company out of New York City, but they're building those throughout the country. And so, and we've also built some for a franchise, Woodhouse Day Spa. And so that's kind of where we're at, kind of in that we've primarily been in tenant build out, tenant fit outs is what we've done. Started to do some ground up work, but that's kind of where we're at currently. And so we've got some opportunities coming up and looking to add some field members to the team. And so I saw your resume and had some things on there that kind of intrigued me. And so I just wanted to reach out and have a conversation, let you know a little bit about us, about the position, what that entails, and then just kind of ask you to share about yourself, your current experience, what you're currently doing, your past experience, kind of what your goals are, and kind of in the future. So if you've got any questions, feel free to ask at any time.
So most of y'all's is a standalone buildings, and y'all are doing just the finish out work for these spas.
Yeah, they're majority of them are, there are strip malls, shopping centers. Some of them are just an individual space, but a lot of times it's just kind of within an existing. There may be demo work, it may be an existing space, or it may be a new space. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so I've been in this business all my life. I've mainly started residential,
Right.
working for a investment company doing rental properties. Did that for a long time. Then they switched over to building and flipping homes. I was pretty much lead guy there on that. When business went south and the rentals went down in 2005, 2008, I sort of switched over to doing more of the commercial stuff. I went to machining, played around with a few other little things, and just fell back into the business just because it's where I've always been.
Right.
I've done from ground up to dirt work, site works, pretty much have done it all. Recently here, I've been doing restaurant remodels and build outs. I've done a lot of taco cabanas, Darden properties, Chipotle's, Texas Roadhouse. Most of it's been tear down remodels or, add-ons, whatever updates they wanted to rollouts they wanted to do.
Right.
Right now I'm working for a small company out of Conroe area, Conroe, Texas, just doing residential remodels. when I was with Ameritech, you can see it on my resume there.
I do, yeah.
They were pushing to get rid of employees. They wanted to make it more subcontractors. So
Mm-hmm.
I went to this lady here at Conroe Home Remedies, and we put some things together, and I went to work for her doing subcontracting for these things, and
Okay.
she wanted to get out of it.
Yeah.
So I went to residential with her, and she knows that it's just not where I want to be anymore.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the commercial. I enjoyed the traveling, and I'm not married. I've got one kid that's young enough, and I get to see him every time I want to.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
do you have any questions?
Yeah, well, just to kind of, I guess, a little bit of overview of the position itself and kind of how it functions. We do have, um, it's kind of a hybrid between superintendent / project manager. And so the way our system is set up, in our office, we have a pre-construction team that, everything from working with site surveys to helping with contracts to, plans, design, permitting, getting bids, creating scopes, all of that, and getting the main like MEPs set up, lined up for the jobs. The main 6 subs, if there's, a sprinkler system or facade work or anything of that nature, we get those set up and we kind of create like a site mobilization packet with the plans, the red lines, all that information, and do a meeting with the superintendent. So that way, site mobilization, superintendent says, okay, this is where I'm at. This is the space. This is as much detailed information about the space that we've got that we can give to you. These are the main subs that we already have lined out. And these are the remaining slots that you will need to fill. So there's some of that PM, like, getting bids, finding subs locally. We have some subs that we've built relationships with that will travel, to different locations. But we kind of have that team collaborative effort, to help find subs. We've got people who work in the office who have been and built the salons and been in the field and, are able to look at a database and say, all right, this is our subcontractor list. Hey, these are people you could try, so that's kind of the model. Generally the build out for the solas have been, right now they're running about 115 days as far as a build out. And so, with that, it's it is a traveling on the road position. You're not away that whole time, obviously, but, some guys try to get home, every 2 to 4 weeks, or, do a weekend or whatever. Obviously, it depends on the location of the job, how far away you are from home, your ability to be able to, kind of to navigate that and what's going on the work side. And so, I just like to be upfront and say, hey, this is kind of what this demands. It's not a job, obviously, for everyone. Different people have different situations to where they can't, it just doesn't work for them, for their families, or whatever it may be. And so, just wanted to share that with you, let you know kind of a little bit about the position, and then, kind of the traveling portion of it, and then see if you got any questions or thoughts.
No, I understood exactly what it is, and I live in Houston, and 90% of my work in the last 4 or 5 years has been in Oklahoma, Dallas, Arkansas. Did quite a bit of work in Arizona, New Mexico. So no, I understand fully that you got to go, you got to be out there.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
luckily, I have an understanding ex-wife that sort of allows me to do that. And when I get home, that's my family time there, and so that
Yeah.
she understands that part.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah. So what is your, kind of availability like?
As soon as there's some sort of agreement, I need to let the lady know, but she already has a replacement for me, and pretty much ready to go as soon as I need to.
Yeah. Okay. I guess maybe like within a week or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, within a week.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
What's y'all's main area that I would be working in?
Well, we do build literally we build coast to coast. We try to keep people somewhat close to where they are, the region, but that obviously doesn't always work out. So we build a lot in the Northeast and the East Coast. But then we also build down, down to Florida, Georgia, Midwest, Wisconsin, even we've got some stuff going on in Texas and Arizona, Colorado, just a lot, kind of all through that. And then we have done some stuff in like California and Oregon and Washington State on the West Coast. But the majority of what we have done historically has been kind of that Northeast area.
Okay.
So yeah. Yeah, the one thing that I didn't know about, and gosh, this may be the question I need to ask up front, talk about, was the compensation package, because we've got the compensation I think listed from like 60 to 100, and so I just wanted to see where you're at, what your salary requirements are, kind of from that regards.
Somewhere between 80 to 85, somewhere there would be pretty reasonable.
Okay, cool.
Depending on, some things. What do y'all do for traveling?
Right.
Do we bring our own truck? Do you supply a truck? Do we fly? And
yeah, the supers provide their own truck. We do a truck allowance. It's generally about $500 a month for truck allowance. And then company covers for lodging, while at the job site. And then there's also a per diem, so much a day for food. It's like $30 a day, guaranteed 300 days a year. So there's those types of things. And there's more of the traditional benefits as well too. Company pays for fuel while traveling to the jobs and that sort of thing. So yeah. So okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know if you got any other questions for me, David.
No, it sounds like y'all, it's pretty much the basic same as it normally is.
Yeah.
So
okay. All right. I'm trying to think. Like, how do you see yourself on the job side as far as, I guess, maybe how does the subcontractors or your, employees, how would they describe you, on the job site?
I'm pretty relaxed with most stuff. Pretty strict on the, your safety and getting things done within your time limit. And but for the most part, they would say to just get it done, make sure everything's right, and make sure everything's, eased through the job. And
yeah,
pretty organized. I like to keep things clean. I'm big on housekeeping. Just pretty. I keep it together is what most of them would say.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't think I've got any other questions. I just wanted to cover those few things and make sure, because we do have some projects that are getting ready to start here soon, and so just wanted to see kind of what your availability was like. But you got any other questions for me before we hop off here?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Yeah, if you do, feel free to reach out. You can message me, email me, either way. But yeah, generally what I do is I record our interview, our conversation, and then I'll be able to share that along with, your resume and some notes, information to our director of construction out in the field, and he'll review it, kind of take that next step as far as follow-up interviews or whatever. So, but cool.
Okay.
Well,
sounds good. About how soon are y'all looking into hiring?
I know here in August, September, I know we do have, we've got another guy starting here at the beginning of August. And I know we've got some other stuff coming up at the end of August and September. So I'll let them know, hey, you're kind of on that cusp of, you know, you accept an offer a week out, type deal. So just kind of go from there. But cool. All right. Well, David, it's a pleasure meeting you and talking with you.
It's a pleasure talking to you. Thank you.
All right. Have a good one. Thanks. Bye.
You too. Bye.